Hello students, welcome all of you. So today we are here with our chapter combustion and flame. In the previous video, in our previous class, we have discussed about few of these topics. So first of all, we will have a review on it. We will recall whatever the topics we have studied in the previous class. So first of all, the term is here combustion. So what I have told you about combustion, that what combustion is, it is a chemical process. Which type of process it is? It is a chemical process. Combustion is a chemical process. What happens in this chemical process? In this substance react with oxygen, and what the result you are getting, that is heat. Okay, substance react with oxygen, and what you got heat, and in few of the condition you also got light in the form of glow or in the form of flame. Okay, now the second term is combustible and non-combustible substance. Okay, so from the combustion itself the term appears here, combustible and non-combustible substance. So what combustible substances are? The substances that undergoes the combustion. Okay, the substances in which the process of combustion take place, they are the combustible substances, and the substances in which combustion not take place, they are non combustible substance. Okay, few of the example also we have discussed. Combustible, for example, wood, paper, and non combustible, for example, iron nail, stone piece. So these examples also we have discussed about combustible and non combustible substances. Now the next topic that we discuss, it is the what are the necessary condition, what are the requirement, what are the conditions for the combustion. Okay, so when we talk about the condition for the substance, what we need? First of all, we need fuel. Fuel is the requirement. Without fuel it will not combust. Again, another thing, that is the oxygen. Okay, from the air it uses the oxygen for combustion. If oxygen is not there, the combustion will not take place. The example of it we have seen in the activity also. Now we are having two candles, and if we blow both of the candle, and if you put a glass, that glass jar over one of the candle, what happens? It will not burn again. Why? Because the supply of oxygen, it is not there. And what is the third requirement? Third requirement is heat. Okay, when you have these three, these are the necessary condition for the combustion. Fuel, it is required, then oxygen you required, and the third thing, heat. Why heat you required? So that it will reach its ignition temperature. Okay, so that it will reach its ignition temperature. So from here the term come here, ignition temperature. What ignition temperature is? So what ignition temperature is? The definition we have discussed, it is the lowest temperature. What ignition temperature is? It is the lowest temperature. Okay, we are talking about the lowest temperature. It is the lowest temperature. And what happens at that lowest temperature? At which the substance catches fire. What ignition temperature is? It is the lowest temperature at which substance catches fire. So it is the requirement. Ignition temperature should be there for the combustion. Now our next topic that we have discussed in our previous class, it is inflammable substance. So what inflammable substances are? The substance which are having very low ignition temperature. So ignition temperature, but that ignition temperature is very low and that can catch fire easily. Okay, their temperature is very low and easily they can catch fire. They are called inflammable substance. And what the example we have heard, that is petrol, LPG, alcohol and all. Okay, so these all are related to the previous class what we have discussed in our previous class. Now come to our topic what we will study today, that is how to control, how do we control fire. Okay, so for studying that, just open your books, just see your books so that it is easier for you to learn it. Okay, so get your books. So how to control fire? It is our next topic. So many of the times we have heard about the incidents that homes, shops or factory they catches the fire. Okay. So what happens in this case? We call to the fire brigade station and the fire brigade arrives, and what they do? They pours the water on the fire. What they do? They pours water on the fire. What that water do? That water cools the combustible material. Okay, it brings the temperature to the lower, it below the ignition temperature. Okay, it cools the combustible material. And what happens when it cools the combustible material? Its ignition temperature is below, the temperature is below its ignition temperature. And what happens after it? This prevents fire from spreading. Okay, when the temperature is below the ignition temperature, what happens? The fire will not spread further. Okay, and one more thing, what happens? The water vapors, okay, also surround the combustible material. What it do? It helps in the cutting of supply of the water, so that what happens? The fire get extinguishes. Okay, so what we have learned, what we have studied in this class also, what are the necessary conditions? The necessary conditions for combustion are fuel, air, air means that oxygen from air, and heat. Why heat is required? So that the temperature of the fuel is beyond the ignition temperature, then only it catches fire na? So what fire do? Fire control by removing one or more of these equipment requirements. So when we remove one or more than its requirements, what happens? The fire can be controlled. So what is the job of a fire extinguisher? The job of a fire extinguisher is to cut off the supply of air. What it do? It cut off the supply of the air and it bring down the temperature of the fuel. Okay, or it will do the both. So this line you have to underline this line, that the job of a fire extinguisher is to cut off the supply of the air. It is the job of a fire extinguisher. And what it do? It brings the temperature of it brings down the temperature of the fuel. One or more requirements it fulfill. Okay, now what happens? The fuel in most of the cases cannot be eliminated. If for instance a fire building catches fire, the whole building is a fuel. So now we will study about fire extinguisher. What fire extinguisher is, how it work, what are the different type of extinguisher. Okay, just see your books, in your books the next page, that is page number 69. This topic we are having. The most common fire extinguisher is water. It is a common fire extinguisher that we use. But the water work only when the things like wood or paper are on a fire. Okay, when wood or paper or something like that having a fire, then only the water work. But if the electrical equipment is on fire, so what we will do? We will pour the water? No. Water, what it do? It may conduct electricity and it can harm those trying to douse the fire. So when the fire is because of the electrical equipment, we can't use water as extinguisher. Okay, water is also not suitable for the fires involving oil or petrol. Why? Because the water is heavier than the oil. When you pour the water, the oil is on the topper surface and water is heavier than it. So it will not helpful for that also. So what happens in that case of fire? For the fire involving electrical equipment or inflammable material like petrol, CO2. Okay, what is the best extinguisher? CO2 is the best extinguisher. Just underline that line, that for the fire involving electrical equipments and inflammable material like petrol, what is the best extinguisher? CO2. And what is the reason behind it? Why CO2 is the best extinguisher? Because that CO2 is heavier than the oxygen and it covers the fire like a blanket. So what happens? Since the contact between the fuel and oxygen is cut off, because CO2 it act as a blanket. So what happens? Fire is controlled. And the added advantage of CO2 is that in most of the cases it does not harm the electrical equipment. Okay, it does not harm any electrical equipment. So how do we get the supply of CO2? For the water, we just call the fire extinguisher, that fire brigade, they come with the water and they spread the water all around. But how we get the supply of the CO2? So it can be stored at a high pressure as a liquid in the cylinder. Okay, you have seen this type of extinguisher in the factories and in many of the places. So what happens in this, at a high pressure liquid in the cylinder, it is stored. In what form a LPG is stored in the cylinder? You know it very well. Okay, the same. When released from the cylinder, what happens? CO2 expand in volume. Okay, and it cools down the temperature. So it is not only a blanket around a fire, it also bring down the temperature of the fuel. It act as a both. It act as a blanket also, and it also cools down the fuel. That is why it is the excellent fire extinguisher. Okay, just underline it. What is the excellent fire extinguisher? That's CO2. Another way to get CO2, this is the one way. Another way to release a lot of dry powder of chemical like sodium bicarbonate, baking soda, that is potassium bicarbonate, okay, near the fire. So what happens? These chemicals give off CO2. Okay, so this all is related to how we control fire. Okay, in the next video we will talk about types of combustion. What are the types of combustion? Okay, thank you.